Have you ever felt like you're losing your child, even though they're right there? One day you have this incredible bond, and the next, they look at you with anger or fear, and you have no idea why. This isn't just typical teenage angst or a passing phase. It could be something far more damaging, parental alienation. This is when one parent manipulates a child to turn against the other, essentially erasing you from their life. It's a silent, devastating form of abuse, and today we're going to pull back the curtain on what it is, the damage it causes, and most importantly, how you can start to heal and reconnect. So what are the signs? First, the child suddenly rejects you without any real reason. This isn't just, I need my space. It's a harsh, absolute rejection. They go from loving you to hating you overnight. Second, they start using adult phrases. You might hear words, accusations, or stories that sound scripted, like they were borrowed directly from the other parent. It feels unnatural because it is. Third, the child develops an unreasonably negative view of you. You become all bad, while the alienating parent is all good. There's no middle ground, no nuance. They can't recall a single good memory with you. Fourth, and this is truly heartbreaking, the child feels absolutely guiltless about their cruelty. They can insult you, ignore you, blame you for everything, and show zero remorse. It's as if their empathy for you has been switched off. Fifth, they automatically support the alienating parent, no matter how irrational the claim is. The alienating parent's word is law, and anyone who questions it is the enemy, including you. Sixth, they rewrite history. Those happy memories you shared, the vacations, the laughter, the bedtime stories, they suddenly deny they ever happened, or they twist them into something negative. Seventh, they block all communication. They ignore your texts, refuse your calls, or might even say something like, I'm not allowed to talk to you, even if they phrase it differently. But when you ask why, there's no real event or reason behind it. It's a fear that was planted in their mind. If these signs sound familiar, you're not crazy and you're not alone. Now, let's talk about the damage this does to the child, because this is where the true tragedy lies. First, it causes profound identity confusion. A child is 50% of each parent. When they are forced to reject one parent, they are forced to reject half of themselves. This creates a deep internal conflict that can last a lifetime. Second, it leads to chronic anxiety and hypervigilance. They learn to walk on eggshells around the alienating parent, constantly monitoring their moods and trying to say the right thing to maintain that parent's approval. Third, they struggle to form healthy relationships later in life. They grow up believing that love is conditional, that it involves loyalty tests, lies, and emotional manipulation. They learn a distorted model of what a loving bond looks like. Fourth, they experience deep guilt, shame, and emotional numbness. Somewhere inside, they know something is terribly wrong, but they can't express it safely. So they shut down their own feelings as a survival mechanism. Fifth, this is long-term trauma. It can lead to depression, severe self-worth issues, a deep-seated fear of abandonment, codependency, and major trust issues. And finally, it's the loss of their family, their culture, and their stability. Their childhood is stolen. And often, years later, when the truth finally comes out, they are overwhelmed with a profound grief for the parent and the years they lost. The damage to the targeted, safe parent is just as brutal. First and foremost, there's the emotional devastation. Losing a child who is still alive, who you can see but can't connect with, is one of the most excruciating pains a human can experience. It's a living bereavement. Second, there's the constant anxiety and overthinking. You're always replaying events, asking, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? Should I push harder or give them space? It's a mental prison. Third, it's a grief that rarely gets validated. Friends, family, and even some therapists who haven't experienced it simply don't understand. They might say, oh, they'll come around, minimizing a pain that is consuming you. Fourth, it makes it incredibly difficult to trust love again. This experience shakes your identity to its core, not just as a parent, but as a person worthy of a healthy partnership. Fifth, there's the financial abuse. The court battles, the lawyers, the psychological evaluations. It's designed to drain you emotionally, mentally, and financially. And sixth, there's the profound isolation. The alienating parent is often very convincing, and they may have turned your own friends and family against you, leaving you completely alone with your pain. Now, let's add another layer. What happens when the alienating parent is a narcissist? This is a completely different beast. For a narcissist, control is more important than peace. The child isn't a person, they are a pawn, a weapon to be used against you, and a mirror to reflect the narcissist's own grandiosity. They need to win at all costs, and the child's well-being is secondary. A narcissist will rewrite reality to fit their narrative. You will always be the villain in their self-created drama, no matter how kind, patient, or reasonable you are. They demand absolute loyalty. The child learns very quickly that their survival depends on pleasing the narcissist and validating their distorted view of the world. They also project everything. Their own lies, their betrayal, their cruelty, it all gets flipped and blamed on you. They are incapable of self-reflection, so you become the scapegoat for all of their failings. Most disturbingly, they see the child as property. Not a human being with their own thoughts and feelings, but a tool to be used for their own ego. And you? You become the ultimate threat. Not because you're dangerous, but because you represent the truth. Your very existence is a reminder of a reality the narcissist cannot control, and they will do anything to extinguish it. But please, don't lose hope. This is the most important part of our conversation today, how to reconnect and rebuild that bond. Because this is where hope lives. First, stay calm, consistent, and emotionally safe. Your alienated child will push you, test you, and say hurtful things. Your job is to be the steady lighthouse in their storm. Don't react, just be present. Second, and this is crucial, never mirror the alienating parent's behavior. No insults, no counterattacks, no bad-mouthing. Down the road, your child will remember who stayed kind when life was anything but. Your integrity is your superpower. Third, send simple, loving, non-demanding messages. Things like, thinking of you today. Just wanted to say I love you. I'm here for you anytime, no pressure. These short, warm messages are like planting seeds. They show you're still there without adding to the pressure the child is already under. Fourth, do not argue about the alienating parent. Your child cannot handle that conflict. Your presence should feel like a safe harbor, not another battlefield. Fifth, validate their feelings, even the painful, confused ones. You don't have to agree with the lies they're repeating. You can say, it sounds like you're really angry right now, or I'm so sorry you're feeling so hurt. Honor the emotion, not the distortion. Sixth, rebuild trust slowly. Start with small, neutral activities if possible. A shared hobby, a simple lunch, a walk in the park. Let the connection grow organically. Seventh, keep every single promise you make, no matter how small. Your consistency proves you are reliable and safe. Eighth, when they test you, and they will, stay steady. They might push to see if you'll finally explode or give up. Your calm is healing. It shows them a different way of handling conflict. Ninth, focus on today. Don't dwell on the missing years. You can't sprint your way back into their life. Reconciliation is a marathon of love, patience, and presence. And finally, number 10, take care of yourself. A broken parent cannot help a broken child. Find a support group with people who get it. Go to therapy, pray, meditate, exercise. Do whatever you need to do to stay grounded. Your well-being is not selfish. It is essential for the long journey ahead. I want to leave you with this. Your child may feel a million miles away, but your love isn't. Narcissistic alienation feels like a dead end, but it's not. Children grow up. They mature. They start to question the narrative they were fed. And more often than you might think, when they are finally free to see the truth with their own eyes, they come back. You have not been replaced. You have not been forgotten. You're not gone. You are the safe parent, the lighthouse, and your steady, unconditional love is the light they will eventually navigate back to. Don't give up. If you're struggling with this, please know there are resources available. Look for parental alienation support groups online and mental health professionals who specialize in this area. You don't have to go through this alone. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please consider subscribing for more content on healing and recovery. Stay strong.